Alright, so last time I created team names for every combination of characters in Mario Party Jamboree of all 22 playable characters in that game. However, did you know that there are 7 characters that have been playable throughout the Mario Party series that are not currently playable in Mario Party Jamboree? I'm going to create team names for every existing pairing matchup between all of those 7 characters and every character in Jamboree. That adds up to 175 extra team names, which means every single possible pairing from every character who has ever been playable in Mario Party will now have a team name. Let's go check out these new ones. Mario and Koopa Kid are the uneasy allies. This is their Mario Party 5 team name. Next up, Luigi, Koopa Kid, they are friendly enemies. This is also their Mario Party 5 team name. Next up, Peach and Koopa Kid, they are Trouble Brewing, also their Mario Party 5 team name. Next up, Daisy, Koopa Kid, they're Grudging Allies. Again, their Mario Party 5 team name. This one's actually pretty solid. I like this one. Wario and Koopa Kid are Bad Baddies. Yes, this is an actual team name that Nintendo gave these 2 characters, and it is their Mario Party 5 team name. Waluigi and Koopa Kid are Cheap Chaps, also their Mario Party 5 team name. I like how Nintendo played with Waluigi and being cheap, and also Koopa Kid having that characteristic as well. Yoshi and Koopa Kid are Dino Cousins, their Mario Party 5 team name. I'm gonna need the lore to that one. Toadette and Koopa Kid are Potent Pals. This is their Mario Party 6 team name because, as we mentioned before, Toadette is not playable in Mario Party 5, so of course Mario Party 6 team name it is. Toad and Koopa Kid are the little guys. That's all they got. It is their Mario Party 5 team name, and that was the only team name they got for each other. First team name I had to come up with for this video, Rosalina and Koopa Kid, they are the Future Dreamers. I mean, Future Dream is a board in Mario Party 5, and Future Dream just feels very spacey. It was the space theme map in Mario Party 5, so I figured it made sense here. Pauline and Koopa Kid are Forgotten Favorites. These are 2 characters that were playable early on, or at least made appearances early on, and then were just kind of dead. Koopa Kid, however, still dead. Pauline made a grand revival, so praying that Koopa Kid one day makes a revival as well. DK and Koopa Kid are Brace for Impact, sort of reference to Mario Party 5. Whenever a Koopa Kid would land on a DK space, DK would just punch the heck out of the Koopa Kid when you did the story mode in that game, so a little clever there. Birdo and Koopa Kid are Unknown Perils. Not really sure where the inspiration for this team name came into mind, but I figured this would be just a cool pairing of words together for this team. Bowser and Koopa Kid are Koopa Royalty. Again, Bowser and Koopa Kid needed a great name for each other, but Koopa Kid was always serving Bowser, like in Mario Party 4, Mario Party 7, Bowser was always the king and Koopa Kid was always like the servant, so there wasn't much else I could do. I figured this was a good one for them. Goomba and Koopa Kid are Spike-Toothed Duo, because I mean, if you look at them closely, Goomba has spiked teeth and Koopa Kid also has spiked teeth. I mean, it's about as simple as you can get. You just gotta observe. Shy Guy and Koopa Kid are Unknown Identities. We still, to this day, do not know where Koopa Kid originated from. Where does he descend from in the Koopa lineage? And Shy Guy, we don't even know what he looks like underneath the mask, so it makes sense. Koopa and Koopa Kid are oddly antagonistic because they both have waved on both sides of the spectrum and they're both good guys sometimes and sometimes they're bad guys. Like, you just really don't know with these 2. Monty Mo and Koopa Kid are Back Scratchers, kind of a play in terms where it's like they have sharp claws that they can scratch your back literally, but also in terms of they're loyal and servants to their masters, which they will always scratch their back if they scratch theirs, that sort of deal. Bowser Jr. and Koopa Kid, love this pairing, are Deja Koopa. I thought it was funny. It's sort of clever. I don't know, maybe a pun like deja vu, but it's Koopas because you got 2. I don't need to explain. I don't know. Do you like it? I kind of do. Boo and Koopa Kid are Pure Evil. This is their Mario Party 5 team name because both characters were in fact playable in Mario Party 5, so Nintendo came up with the team name for these 2. Spike and Koopa Kid are Cute Growls, as in like they are both small creatures, but they try to feel intimidating, but their growls just always sound so adorable for some reason. They're not intimidating whatsoever. Ninji and Koopa Kid are Secret Dreamers because Ninji's always like a secret character. Super Mario Brothers 2, like you don't really know his identity. And Koopa Kid in Mario Party 5, he likes to dream a lot and he told Bowser what his dream was, stuff like that. So I figured the dream aspect made sense for both of them here. Now we get into the other characters that have been absent from Mario Party Jamboree but were playable in the Mario Party series. Dry Bones and Koopa Kid are Dry Clones because Dry Bones is a clone of Koopa, Koopa Kid a clone of, I don't know, Bowser Jr., just like Bowser, but in smaller form by the time they created him. So that's pretty much all I got. Blooper and Koopa Kid are Party Bloopers, a play on the term party pooper, like someone that just brings down the vibes, brings down the mood of the atmosphere. Koopa Kid and Blooper, I think, and plus the blooper pun, you always got to rock with that. So I thought it was cool. Hammer Bro and Koopa Kid are RGB Arsenal. I think I kind of cooked on this one because their main form of attack is that they have a red, a green, and a blue version of each other. Of course, Koopa Kid has regular Red Kid, Green Kid, and Blue Kid whenever he has to transform into them. And Hammer Bro has Green Hammer Bro, Red Fire Bro, and Blue Boomerang Bro. I mean, it's sick. Kamek and Koopa Kid are magic wielders. I feel like we've already explained Koopa Kid's whole deal with the magic. He can transform into 3 different copies of himself, which I consider magic. And Kamek just is a magical being, is a wizard. Kamek has a lot of magic. Diddy Kong and Koopa Kid are energetic enigmas. These are 2 characters that I believe have never ever crossed paths before, so trying to come up with a team name for these 2 was oddly hard, but I thought this was a fun combination of words to use here. Pom Pom and Koopa Kid are competing crooks. I think this is a clever team name for them. They're both trying to get on each other's bad side and just try to compete with each other to figure out who can do the most dastardly deed for Bowser. I think this was a clever one. Mario and Dry Bones are barbecue ribs. I had to bring this one back from Mario Party 8. It's a phenomenal team name here. Luigi and Dry Bones are Cry Bones. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. This one is also very solid as well. Peach and Dry Bones are Dry Thrones, also their Mario Party 8 team name, and a very solid one at that. Daisy and Dry Bones are Daisy Pushers. This is their Mario Party 8 team name, and I didn't understand it at first, but a lot of you guys in the comments explained to me what that actually meant, and now that I get it, it is a brilliant team name, so happy to have it back here. Wario and Dry Bones are Dumb Skulls. You hate to see it just bothering the intellect of both Wario and Dry Bones. It's unfortunate, but it is a clever team name regardless. Waluigi and Dry Bones are Boneheads. This is just a funny team name that Nintendo came up with here. Yoshi and Dry Bones are Sky Bones. Very clever rhyming with the whole Dry Bones, Sky Bones type deal, and their Mario Party 8 team name. Toadette and Dry Bones are Double Trouble. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. It's a very good one at that. Toad and Dry Bones are Short Ribs. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. This one's very clever as well. I do prefer barbecue ribs, but the Short Ribs is also a fun, clever addition. Rosalina and Dry Bones are Regenerate Renegades because Dry Bones, whenever you stomp on him, you think he's dead, but he all of a sudden comes back to life. Rosalina, however, is just, she can never die, but if she ever seems like she's in a perilous position, she can always, just make herself immortal, I think. Pauline and Dry Bones are Open Hearts. I thought this was clever because Pauline, I feel like, just wears her heart on her sleeve, whereas Dry Bones, you could literally have access to his heart if he had one because he's just a literal skeleton. DK and Dry Bones are Stone Statues. Yeah, didn't really do too much here, just kind of copied the board name from DK Stone Statue in Mario Party DS, where Dry Bones was the main boss of that board. It's not really clever, I just kind of stole it. Birdo and Dry Bones are Bone Chokers. This is their Mario Party 8 team name. I'm not changing it. Bowser and Dry Bones are Skull Smashers. I needed a powerful name again for Bowser, and I think this was a good one. Skull, because Dry Bones is a bone, a skull, his head. You get it. It's Skull Smashers. Goomba and Dry Bones are Tri Bones. T-R-I Bones. I'm not necessarily sure where the inspiration for this one came into mind, but it just felt clever. It felt funny, and it was a good rhyme of Dry Bones' name, like a lot of his team names are. Shy Guy and Dry Bones are Soul Snatchers. I'm not sure where I came up with this one, but I believe mainly because from the Mario movie, these were the 2 characters that were pretty much going after Luigi when he first landed in the Bowser Road, so it felt like they were appropriate to be the ones that would try to steal your soul. Koopa and Dry Bones are Dead and Alive. I couldn't use the video game franchise Dead or Alive because that would be just blatant copying, but I would do a play off of that by just changing the or to an and. Dead and Alive. Monty Mole and Dry Bones are Burial Grounds because, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Monty Mole buries himself in the ground a lot. That's where a lot of his homes are, I would say. And Dry Bones, just, the whole death thing is just, that's the phrasing here. Bowser Jr. and Dry Bones are Fortress foes. You often encounter Dry Bones in fortress levels in Mario games, and Bowser Jr., he's not necessarily a fortress boss a lot of times. He is sometimes, like in the original New Super Mario Brothers games, he was a fortress foe, so that's kind of what way I went with here. Boo and Dry Bones are Scary Parrots. Their Mario Party 8 team name, I like it, I ain't changing it. Spike and Dry Bones are Bone Breakers because spikes, like his spiked balls or his spiked rods, can break your bones, and Dry Bones' bones can break if you just stomp on him. Ninja and Dry Bones are Colorless Creatures. I know there's a lot of this whole like black and white type of naming scheme for these characters, but it is what it is. I thought this was a good one to add for these 2 here. Speaking of that, Blooper and Dry Bones are Two-Toned Duo, pretty much the same sort of name that I just brought up, but this one is their Nintendo given Mario Party 8 team name. Hammer Bro and Dry Bones are What the Deuce. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. I still don't understand exactly what it means, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Kamek and Dry Bones are Brooms and Bones. Self-explanatory. You got the alliteration in there. Kamek with the broom, Dry Bones with the bones. That's pretty much it. Diddy Kong and Dry Bones are tailbones. That's great. Come on, it's a good one. Tailbones, because Diddy's got the long tail and Dry Bones is dry bones. Like it's in tailbone is a literal bone in your body. Like, come on, give me some credit. Pom Pom and Dry Bones are fly bones. I figured since Yoshi and Dry Bones had the whole sky bones deal, there was an opportunity to use fly bones because that also rhymes with Dry Bones. And I figured it made sense for Pom Pom because she's always flying around, her whole ninja aesthetic, just teleporting wherever. It seems like she's always flying every once in a while, so I went with it here. Now for Blooper's team names, Mario and Blooper team up to be called the Stash Splashers. This is a great one. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. I like it a lot. Luigi and Blooper are the Blooper Scoopers. It's the Mario Party 8 team name. Not worth changing. I like it. Peach and Blooper are the Royal Flush. It's one of my favorite team names that Nintendo has ever made. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and I love it so much. Daisy and Blooper are Bloopsy Daisy. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and I mean, it's perfect for these two. There's no way I'm changing this. Wario and Blooper are Drenched Stench. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's their Mario Party 8 team name, so I'm not changing it. While Luigi and Blooper are Bloop and Snoop. It's the Mario Party 8 team name. I love the rhyme scheme. Yoshi and Blooper are Double Dippers. Their Mario Party 8 team name. I like the cleverness where it's like double dipping on food or something like that, or double dipping like in the water, whatever you want to call it. I like it. Toadette and Blooper are Bloop-de-doo. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. You gotta love the ignorance is bliss type vibe here. Toad and Blooper are Spray Players. That's their Mario Party 8 team name, and it's not worth changing. I like it though. Rosalina and Blooper are Loop-de-Bloop because there's a galaxy in Super Mario Galaxy called the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy, so Loop-de-Bloop just makes sense for these two. Pauline and Blooper are Blooper Reel. Now I know Blooper Reels are mainly saved for movie stars, and Pauline's more of a singing star than a movie star, but there was really nothing else I could come up with here, so I'm sticking with Blooper Reel. DK and Blooper are Banana Split. Banana Split, like it's an ice cream. I don't know why Blooper makes sense to add the whole Banana Split vibe, but it's just, I felt like I needed to use it at some point, so here it is. Birdo and Blooper are What the Bloop. I don't know. That's their Mario Party 8 team name, and we're leaving it. Bowser and Blooper are Lethal Liquefiers. Oh my goodness, me with the big words. I mean, we kind of like that. Blooper is kind of a vibe, of course, liquefying people. It's not great, but that's sort of something Bowser I could see him doing potentially, and him and Blooper could make a good team for that. Goomba and Blooper are Ink Mushrooms. Ink Mushroom, as far as I know, I don't think is an actual power-up at all, but it could be a power-up one day. That'd be kind of cool, but yeah, just Blooper and Goomba combined. Shy Guy and Blooper combined to make the Inside Bloop. Instead of Inside Scoop, like, you know, trying to get like a secret or get some, you know, get some lore, get some tea on some things, it's just Bloop. They changed Scoop to Bloop. That's kind of what I did here. Koopa and Blooper are Beach Bystanders because like they're both pretty often seen on beach levels. The Bloopers are in the water and the Koopas are hanging out on the beach. They're just bothering nobody, so they're the bystanders. Monty Mole and Blooper are Foil Erosion. Instead of Soil Erosion, because soil like erodes and stuff like that, Monty Mole and Blooper are a foil together, a foil pair of baddies, of enemies, you know, and I just figured the erosion because Monty Mole in the soil, a lot of the time in the dirt. I thought it was kind of clever, maybe not. Bowser Jr. and Blooper are Sunshine Squids. Yeah, I couldn't come up with any of these two, so just went with the basic, went with the obvious here. Boo and Blooper are Creature Feature. It is their Mario Party 8 team name. I like the rhyme scheme. Spike and Blooper are Ink Incursion. I like this one. The ink, of course, for Blooper, and the incursion just because Spike can cause a lot of havoc if he chooses to. Ninja and Blooper are Sneaky Squids. I know Ninja's not a squid in this scenario, but the sneaky part would go towards Ninja, and of course the squid part is for Blooper. That's about all I can come up with these two. Hammer Bro and Blooper are Blooper Bros. It's their Mario Party 8 team name. It was always one of my favorites. I like this team name pairing, so I'm going to stick with it. Kamek and Blooper are Magic Bloop. Instead of like Magic Scoop or Magic, I don't know what else, it's Magic Bloop, and that's all I can come up with. Diddy Kong and Blooper are Swinging and Swimming, because Diddy Kong is doing the swinging, Blooper's doing the swimming. It'd be kind of weird if they both swapped roles in that situation, but you guys get the point. Pom Pom and Blooper are Blooperang, because Pom Pom has boomerangs, and so just change the boom in the boomerang to Bloop, and there's your team name. On to Hammer Bro. Mario and Hammer Bro create the Heavy Blow Bros. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and I like this one. Luigi and Hammer Bro are the Longtime Foe Bros. It's also their Mario Party 8 team name. It's a little long for my liking. liking, but I'm going to stick with it. Peach and Hammer Bro are Glamour Hammer. It's the Mario Party 8 team name. I do love the rhyme scheme, so we're keeping it. Daisy Hammer Bro are the Barn Builders. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and I do like this one. It's instead of Barn Burners, which I didn't recognize before, I would have given this a much higher rank if I understood that. Barn Builders, they're building barns because Hammer Bro's got that hammer, so we take those. Wario and Hammer Bro are Scammer Hammer. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and again, solid rhyme scheme here. Waluigi and Hammer Bro are Stench Henchman, which is the Mario Party 8 team name. I feel like this could have been a better fit for Wario and Hammer Bro because I believe Wario and Blooper were the drenched stench, so I don't know why they went with Waluigi for the stench this time around, but regardless, solid team name. Yoshi and Hammer Bro are the Hungry Hammers. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and I do like this one. Toadette and Hammer Bro are Smash Success. It's the Mario Party 8 team name, and I'm not going to change it. I do like this one. Toad and Hammer Bro are Stealth Strikers. It's the Mario Party 8 team name. This one's incredible. Kind of reminds me of Super Mario Strikers, that they were both sidekicks in the original game, so you got to give it to them here. Rosalina and Hammer Bro are Grandmaster Grudge. Of course, the Grandmaster Galaxy in Super Mario Galaxy 2, and there were Hammer Bros around 75% of the way there, or maybe towards the very end of that stage, so of course it would be Grudge here. Pauline and Hammer Bro are Hammer Historians. I mean, come on, Hammer Bro has a hammer all the time. He knows a lot about his hammers, and Pauline, her debut game involved Mario using hammers to save her, so maybe she was the one that provided the hammers. I'm not sure. They both probably know a lot about hammers. DK and Hammer Bro are Barrel Blasters. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. I used the video game name DK Barrel Blasters. Hammer Bro's not even playable in that game, but I wanted to use this as a team name for somebody, and I think Hammer Bro can use his hammers to destroy a lot of barrels. It's very possible, so that's why we went with it here. Birdo and Hammer Bro are Two-Timers from Mario Party 8. That's their Mario Party 8 team name. I don't know if I like it that much, but regardless, we're keeping it. Bowser and Hammer Bro are Hammer Pros. Oh, that was a beautiful one because Bowser, of course, in the original Super Mario Bros. Games, he was chucking hammers like no tomorrow. So, of course, he's a pro with the hammers, just like Hammer Bro is. Goomba and Hammer Bro are Hammer Heads. Of course, Hammer Bro, he's got the hammers, and Goomba, it looks like someone that you could just whack with a hammer and he'd probably get squished or something. Like, it looks like it. Shy Guy and Hammer Bro are versatile villains. Again, we mentioned this. Hammer Bro can have his whole Fire Bro gimmick, the Boomerang Bro gimmick, the Ice Bro gimmick. He's got a lot of bro gimmicks he can use, and Shy Guy is versatile because he could change into a Fly Guy, a Spear Guy, a Ghost Guy, I think. He's got multiple guys that he could change into if he needs to. So, yeah, versatile. Koopa and Hammer Bro are the Shell Bros. That's it. That's all I got. I know, not creative. They're both Koopa characters. They both got a shell, so what do you want from me? Monty Mole and Hammer Bro are Rocky Rumble. Of course, Rocky Wrench and Rumble. It's really just something that just came to my mind. I just like the word Rumble here with these two tag teams, and I got to give it some credit. Bowser Jr. and Hammer Bro are the Clan Commanders. All right, Hammer Bro is sort of in the lead of a couple of his clans. He's higher up on the chain of command in terms of Bowser's henchmen, and so is Bowser Jr., so I figured this was a good one for them. Boo and Hammer Bro are Bad Vibes. It's their Mario Party 8 team name, and this is the last of the Nintendo-made team names. The rest of the team names in this video are going to be mine that I've created personally, so I hope you enjoy what I got cooking. Spike and Hammer Bro are Heavy Artillery. I love this one. I love this one so much, and yeah, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. You got to give it some credit here. Ninja and Hammer Bro are the Runaway Bros. This one's pretty solid because they both can run. Ninja can run very, very fast, but again, Hammer Bro, the bro's name, you got to just add it here. Kamek and Hammer Bro are Hats and Hammers. Again, not much I can do with Kamek right here, so just Kamek with the hats, Hammer Bros with the hammers. That's all I got. Diddy Kong and Hammer Bro are Cracking Peanuts because you can use a hammer to crack the peanuts, and Diddy Kong is pretty much synonymous with the peanuts that he's used, whether in the Donkey Kong Country games or in Smash Brothers or pretty much wherever. Pom Pom and Hammer Bro are Boomerang Siblings. You guys have no idea how badly I wanted to name this team name Boomerang Bros, but I didn't think it was fair or smart to name a team that has a male and a female Boomerang Brothers, so we just kind of went with siblings here. And I know they're not actually siblings, but just for the sake of the team name, I'm leaving it. On to Kamek's team names. Mario and Kamek are the Infant Adventurers. There were no Nintendo-made team names in Mario Party 9 because you didn't have team names in Mario Party 9. So we're coming up with team names here. Infant Adventurers, of course, the callback to Yoshi's Island. You gotta love it. Luigi and Kamek are Kidnapping Reunion. Once again, a Yoshi's Island callback. That's what I went with here. Peach and Kamek are Who Wore It Better. I mean, I thought this was brilliant because Kamek disguised himself as Peach when Mario initially beat Bowser in the final level of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So, like, Come on, it's a great name. Daisy and Kamek are bloomy brooms. Okay, went with the rhyme scheme here. Daisy flowers a bloom, Kamek has a broom. So yeah, it's simple enough. Wario and Kamek are Mad Hatters. I mean, tried to avoid the whole Alice in Wonderland thing, but you know, it couldn't go too far without it. So Mad Hatters, I think, is a clever one for these two. Waluigi and Kamek are Wicked Brooms. I mean, Wicked just is synonymous with Waluigi at this point. So yeah, it's a good team name. Yoshi and Kamek are prehistoric rivals, of course, because these are the two main rivals from the Yoshi's Island game back when Mario and Luigi, again, were infants. So this was the original rivalry we're talking about here. Toadette and Kamek are Deceitful Duo. Again, a lot of Toadette's team names, like we mentioned, that Nintendo gave her, talked about how Toadette can be like a double agent sometimes, and we don't know what Toadette's true intentions are. So Deceitful Duo, I think her and Kamek can make for a very interesting team. Toad and Kamek are brooms and shrooms. Okay, I couldn't come up with anything as creative, so we just stuck with the whole and situation brooms, shrooms. Rosalina and Kamek are Magical Encounter. Of course they would be. Rosalina's got space magic and Kamek's got magician wizard magic. Like, it'd be a great matchup. Pauline and Kamek are Prized Possessives. I like this one because Kamek is very possessive of his wand and his broomstick, and Pauline is very possessive of her microphone, I would say, and she just likes to sing a lot. So that's pretty much it. Instead of using prized possessions, I just reversed that word and changed it to prized possessives. DK and Kamek are Wizard and Wrecker. Again, couldn't come up with anything super creative for these two. I don't think they've actually ever combined to meet up with each other besides the Mario baseball games. I don't think they've ever crossed paths since then. So yeah, Wizard and Record's what we're going here. Birdo and Kamek are Unknown Specimen. I know I've had a couple of team names that were pretty darn close to this one, but we haven't used the word specimen before, so I figured it made sense to use it here. Bowser and Kamek are Battle Bailouts. One, I feel like I could have come up with a much better team name for these two, but I couldn't think of anything super clever. But this one is just synonymous for having Kamek always saving Bowser. When you defeat Bowser, Kamek's got to come in and save the day and make Bowser a lot more gigantic or huge, whatever you want to call it, for him to engage or initiate a final battle. So that's what I went with here for the bailouts. Goomba and Kamek are Broomba. That's it. That's all I need. No explanation necessary. Shy Guy and Kamek are couple of cloaks. Kamek wears a cloak. Shy Guy wears a cloak. Kind of. I don't know if they both classify as cloaks, but it rhymes. I'm keeping it. Koopa and Kamek are Magic Koopas. I mean, I had to do it. I had to do it. And this one is brilliant. I love this team name. I hope you guys do as well. Come on, you got to give a like on the video for that one, right? Monty Mole and Kamek are Silent Strikers, all right? So I think this is a pretty solid one. They can always sneak up from behind you and attack you out of nowhere. So I think this is a very solid team name for them. Bowser Jr. and Kamek are Extended Family. Kamek's been the main servant of Bowser and Bowser Jr. for the entire time since Bowser himself was an infant. So I think naturally Bowser Jr. would just come into the road expecting that Kamek is part of his family. You might as well be if you spend that much time with them. So extended family, that's where that comes into play. Boo and Kamek are Maniacal Laughter. I feel like both of them got a very creepy laugh that I'd consider maniacal. Spike and Kamek are Pocket Scientists because they both have magic and they both seem very smart for their size, I guess you can say. And Spike and Kamek are both really small creatures for the most part, or medium-sized. I don't know. I think they're relatively small for the most part. And yeah, so that's why I call them Pocket Scientists. Ninja and Kamek are Concealed Creatures. And I mainly went with this one just because they have concealed their identity. Kamek's got those massive glasses and the massive hat that you don't really know what Kamek looks like. And Ninja, of course, has a whole ninja mask on that you don't even know what Ninja looks like. Diddy Kong and Kamek are Trippy Tricksters. That's pretty much all I can come up with for these two. They both like to play tricks on people. That's pretty much it. Pom Pom and Kamek are Broomerang. Again, the whole thing like with Blooper, Blooperang, Pom Pom, again, broom, replace boom pretty easily. So Broomerang it is. On to Diddy Kong's team names. Mario and Diddy Kong are kart racing mascots. Was there really any other option for a team name I could have given these two? Yes, there were, but I think this one was perfect for them. Luigi and Diddy Kong are Cap Crusaders. They both got caps on. They both go on adventures. It's a very simple team name. Peach and Diddy Kong are Fruits of Labor because they both work very hard. Peach Again, with Peaches and Diddy Kong with Bananas, they both enjoy the fruits of their own labor. At least I would like to imagine and hope they are able to relax and get that success from their hard work. Daisy and Diddy Kong are petals and peanuts. It's got that alliteration, and we don't really use petals a lot with Daisy's team name, so I figured this was a good time to use it. Wario and Diddy Kong are Brawl Bunch. Again, Banana Bunch, but also Brawl because Wario and Diddy Kong are the two Mario characters that made their debut, their Smash Brothers debut in Smash Brothers Brawl. So that's what I went with here. While Luigi and Diddy Kong are Vine veterans, and no, this isn't, they're both not social media stars from Vine, the application. No, it's because Diddy Kong is very good at swinging across vines, and while Luigi in Mario Strikers Charged, his whole super abilities dealt with like purplish vines. So I figured they both have had experience manipulating vines of some sort. Yoshi and Diddy Kong are Fruity Two Shoes instead of Goody Two Shoes, which I'd say they both are. They both are inherently positive creatures. Fruity Two Shoes because they both love eating fruit. So I thought this was a good one. Toadette and Diddy Kong are Super Subs. This is a term in soccer used for a player who's not good enough to make the starting roster, but when you sub him onto the field, he makes a huge impact and is a pretty much almost a star player. So Toadette is pretty much made the super sub for Toadsworth, I would say, and Diddy Kong made the super sub for Donkey Kong Jr. They both pretty much replaced both of those characters and have pretty much found their own place and identity in the Mario franchise. Toad and Diddy Kong are speedy sidekicks, just two very simple words that describe both of them, and that's pretty much it. Rosalina and Diddy Kong are family heroes. Rosalina saved her family of Lumas, and Diddy Kong saved his family of Kongs, mainly Donkey Kong in the DKC games, so it makes sense here. Pauline and Diddy Kong are associated rivals. We know Pauline and Donkey Kong are rivals that go way back to 1981, and I know I'm going to get comments about how that's not the real DK, it's Cranky Kong, yada yada yada. I don't really care. But because Diddy Kong wasn't even around at that time, one can imagine that when Diddy Kong came into the world, he just kind of had to assume and go into Earth thinking that Pauline's already his rival when they didn't even get a chance to maybe talk things out. So that's why they're associated rivals. DK and Diddy Kong are Country Kongs. There was really no other team name I could come up. I had to come up with something for the two Kong characters for a team name, and I thought this was the best one because they're both their main series that they have together, their platform series, their most successful series, the Donkey Kong Country games. I had to implement that into their team name, and I thought this was the best way I could do it. Birdo and Diddy Kong are crystal creatures. Birdo is synonymous with crystals. She enjoys just diamonds and crystals in general, and Diddy Kong was very into crystals in Mario Strikers Charged. He was the boss of the Crystal Cup. Bowser and Diddy Kong are tail spinners. A lot of entendres here. Of course, Bowser getting spun by his tail in Mario 64. Diddy Kong can use his tail to spin around a lot as well, but I spelled it as T-A-L-E, so story tails as well. They both, I feel like, have a way of twisting stories and narratives to go their way in some way as well, I feel. Goomba and Diddy Kong are ballpark buds. I really did not know what to come up with for these two characters and how they would cross paths at all for what team name, so I just did the fact that they were once teammates in Mario Superstar Baseball. Shy Guy and Diddy Kong are Jungle Jammers. I know I just did the exact same or a very similar team name for Shy Guy and Donkey Kong, but I had to do something similar again for Shy Guy and Diddy because Shy Guy, again, we talked about this earlier in Mario Party 4, Shy Guy was the host of his own board called Shy Guy's Jungle Jam, so that's why I went with that one here. Koopa and Diddy Kong are sneaky speeders, and the reason I say this is because you wouldn't expect Koopa to be a fast character, or maybe Diddy Kong for that instance, but they're both very quick and have been known as speed characters in a couple of Mario games. Monty Mole and Diddy Kong are monkeys and moles, just kind of took them and stripped them down to their just base animal properties. Diddy Kong's a monkey, Monty Mole is a mole, so that's what we went with here. Bowser Jr. and Diddy Kong are Smaller Showdown. Now, if you remember when I talked about DK and Bowser, their team name was The Showdown, which I used from their Super Mario Kart name, where DK Jr. and Bowser were called The Showdown together. So for Diddy Kong and Bowser Jr., essentially the smaller versions of those two characters, of the Showdown characters, I figured Smaller Showdown would be a cool name for them. Boo and Diddy Kong are Mind Over Matter. I'm not actually really sure where I came up with this team name and where the inspiration came from, but Mind Over Matter and the fact of matter, Boo does not have any matter because he's a ghost. So I know that fact for sure, but I think they both got some smarts in them as well. That's pretty much what we went with. Spike and Diddy Kong, Sharp Peanuts. Of course, Spike's got his, spikes. Diddy Kong's got the peanuts. Peanut could be referenced to small figures, like they're both very tiny creatures as well, and they're sharp as in they're smart, their intellect as well. Ninja and Diddy Kong are acrobatic enigmas. I know I used enigmas for Diddy Kong with Koopa Kid, but I wanted to use enigmas again because I feel like it made a lot more sense with Ninja, so it's a cool one. They are both very acrobatic, so I went with it. Pom Pom and Diddy Kong are peanut palm guns. So instead of for the peanut pop gun, which is a item that Diddy uses for Smash Brothers and other Donkey Kong games, I can imagine I just decided to change the word pop to Pom for Pom Pom's name and have her fit in there as well. I think it's kind of clever. Could have been worded maybe better. I'm not too sure, but I do like it. All right, last but not least, Pom Pom's team names. First up, Mario and Pom Pom are the Red Rumblers. This is a cool one. Nothing too crazy here. Just the fact that their both primary color is red. So that's that. Luigi and Pom Pom create the Suave Stare Down. I feel like because the Luigi death stare. I mean, you gotta be kidding me with that. Like, Luigi just has the craziest death stare of all time. And I think Pom Pom can sort of match his energy for some reason. Peach and Pom Pom are lovers and fighters. It's always the synonymous, the duality, the perfect kind, lover and fighter. And I feel like Pom Pom and Peach are both of those things. Daisy and Pom Pom are boomerang flowers. Again, it's their main items of choice or symbols of choice, but the fact that a boomerang flower is a legit item in the Mario series makes this team name perfect. Wario and Pom Pom are gassy and classy. Just kind of went with the whole rhyme scheme here. I don't know if I'd consider Pom Pom classy, but at least she dresses herself up well with like the rings and the heels and all that, so she knows what she's doing. And Wario, we don't even need to talk about it. Waluigi and Pom Pom are ballet bunch. So the two of them, I feel like they spin around a lot. It seems like they maybe take some dance classes, maybe some ballet classes. Waluigi's known to dance a lot, so I think this could be a good one for them. Yoshi and Pom Pom are tongue twisters. This was in fact the very last team name that I came up with throughout this entire list because I just didn't know what relationship Yoshi and Pom Pom had. Yoshi's of course got the massive long tongue, and I think Pom Pom can maybe just make you sort of confused, kind of like a tongue twister can, because there's a lot of words that you have to say repeatedly in a tongue twister, and Pom Pom, there's a lot of Pom Poms. You have to decide which one is the one to stomp, so maybe that could be sort of the reasoning. I just made that up. Toadette and Pom Pom are pigtails and ponytails. Of course, Pom Pom's got the ponytail, Toadette's got the pigtails. Went with the most basic thing here. Toad and Pom Pom are blind loyalty. I feel like without question, Toad's following Peach, Pom Pom's following Bowser. They don't even question their own motives. They just kind of go with it, regardless of what happens. Rosaline and Pom Pom are prankster comments. I had to bring a Super Mario Galaxy reference back into it. Of course, it's Rosalina for goodness sake. And Pom Pom can be a prankster from time to time, so it was the perfect reference. Pauline and Pom Pom are the real heels because these are the two characters that wear heels a lot of the time. DK and Pom Pom are boomerang bananas. The only reason I went with that is because there has been instances where Donkey Kong can throw his banana like a boomerang and it can come back to him, which I find kind of shocking, but you know, he does it. He's got the power to possess boomerangs as well, so there it is. Birdo and Pom Pom are bow brigade. Both of these characters have bows on their heads that they wear, so Bowser and Pom Pom are Fury and Furiosa. I like this one a lot. Of course, Bowser's Fury, Super Mario 3D World, and then Furiosa, just a female version of Fury, so I figured it worked really well for this team name here. Goomba and Pom Pom are eyebrow raisers. Goomba's got the very, very thick eyebrows, and Pom Pom's got thin eyebrows, but I feel like if you saw them too, you would have to do a double take and be like, what the heck are these two doing here? So you would raise your own eyebrows just staring at them. Shy Guy and Pom Pom are ninjas in training, because we know Shy Guy's got some ninja outfits. He's got a ninja themed track based around him. Pom Pom is pretty much a ninja as well. She's trying to learn ninja skills, so I think this is a very clever team name for them. Koopa and Pom Pom are shell shenanigans. There wasn't much I could come up with. Again, just diverting back to the whole shell thing. Koopa wears a shell on his back, and so does Pom Pom. They're both Koopa characters. Monty Mole and Pom Pom are round heads. I really had nothing. I couldn't come up with anything for these two, so I just went with the fact that they both have one of the more flatter but also sort of round shaped heads, but I didn't know how to word that into a team name, so I just went with round heads to keep it as safe as possible. Bowser Jr. and Pom Pom are newest henchmen. If you think about it, Boom Boom and the Koopalings all debuted in Super Mario Bros. 3, but Bowser Jr. didn't debut until Mario Sunshine in 2002, and Pom Pom didn't debut until Super Mario 3D Land in 2011. So they're both the Gen Z henchmen for Bowser, and all the other guys have been around since the 80s. Boo and Pom Pom are disappearing acts because Pom Pom's good at disappearing and trying to transform into different multiple versions of Pom Pom, whereas Boo is a ghost, so he can disappear whenever he wants. Spike and Pom Pom are hairdo Houdinis. Again, Spike's got that flow, and Pom Pom's got a decent hairstyle with just the ponytail being her only source of hair, so they both got some magic in some sort of way. You know, Pom Pom's trying to be that ninja, and Spike, again, who knows how many spiked balls he's got down in the gullet, so yeah, both are Houdinis in some way. Ninja and Pom Pom are shuriken stars. All right, so a lot of Pom Pom's team name, I've used the term boomerang because she's used a boomerang a lot as her weapon, but in other Mario games, she's also been known to use a shuriken or a ninja star, so I thought this was beautiful. Shuriken stars are ninja stars. They're both stars, party stars as well, and they're both ninjas in a way, so it was a beautiful team name, and that is the last team name I came up with. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. All 175 remaining remaining team names for the rest of the characters who have been playable in the Mario Party series but are not playable in Jamboree. So now there is no more team names that I need to do, and no, I am not doing the Miis, and I am not doing the colored toads from Mario Party Star Rush. But anyways, the remaining Mario Party characters all have team names with each other now. Which one is your favorite? Definitely let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my members. I really do appreciate you guys so much. You guys are very supportive. Your generosity does not go unnoticed and is sometimes very overwhelming. So I really do appreciate you guys so much. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Stay all pro. And I'm out of here.